So in order to weave some paper and do this assignment that we're going to be working with, you need some paper. I use cardstock. You can use any type of 8.5 by 11 that you might have. If you just have white, you could use a color pencil. You could do designs. You could do all sorts of stuff on each one of those just to give it a little bit of life if you have some colored pencils or markers or anything. In case you don't have any colored paper of any shape or form, you can make your own. That'll work. We just want to be able to see what the weave looks like. So you're going to need 6 sheets of that paper, 8.5 by 11. You're going to need a writing utensil, something to draw with, draw lines with, either a pen or a pencil. You need a ruler. I just have this flexible ruler that I'm going to be using, as well as a pair of scissors. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to make, we're going to be cutting what we call the weft portion of our paper, and that's what this looks like. Okay, you're going to be marking every inch, so mark out 1 inch just at the very edges, just like that, all the way. You're going to do that on the bottom, so I'll do that. You're going to do that all the way to 11. Alright, once you've done that, you're going to connect those. If you're lucky enough to have a paper cutter, your paper cutter, if you do any scrapbooking or anything, would have markings on it for you to not to have to draw them. Not everybody has a paper cutter. So you're going to draw these all the way across. So you have 1 inch strips. Again, unless you have a paper cutter, then you can just cut them automatically with 1 inch. But then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut them on those lines. And that will give you 11 1 inch strips. All right, you make a stack of those. Do that with 3 separate colors. All right. So, set that aside. The next thing you're going to do is we have to make what we call the warp, which would be long, strong yarns. They're the lengthwise ones. So you're going to take your piece of paper, you're going to fold it in half, exactly, crease it, and on the edge where you put the 2 edges together, that side, you can use, because this is a 1 inch piece, you can use it as your ruler. Just line that up, draw a line 1 inch from that edge. Well, this piece is exactly 1 inch. So there it is. Then you're going to draw 1 inch from this line to the folded edge. If you ever made one of those lanterns when you were a kid, that you used a great big piece of construction paper and you cut them and you folded them just right and you stapled them at the edges, and I think they were called like a Chinese lantern. I don't know. They were kind of cool. I remember doing that as a kid. But you're going to cut these all the way across. Draw them. All right, like that. You're going to continue on all the way like this. And then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut on those on that line, starting at the fold up to that point. All right. Your last one will be bigger because this paper is 8.5 instead of 8 inch, but that's all right. I don't care. So you're going to need 3 sets of these. So I happen to have one that's in red, I have a blue one, and I have a white one. So you need 3 of those, because one of these is going to be a basic weave, another one's going to be a basket weave, and then this last one's going to be a twill weave. So we're going to do that. When you have your base papers, so in other words your warp and your weft, you're all good. All right? You're all set. for the first day.